Does anyone know who's throwing flowers and doing messes?
Yeah.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
ki
Jai. Hari Om.
we read this one from Vigraha or going on to studying Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is chapter 4, chapter entitled Devotional Service or Pathway on Liberation. The impersonalist desire to merge into the existence of the Supreme, but without keeping the individuality, they have no chance of hearing and chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord. Because they have no idea of the transcendental form of the Lord, there is no chance of the chanting and hearing of his transcendental activities. In other words, unless one is already beyond liberation, one cannot relish the transcendental glories of the Lord, nor can one understand the transcendental form. A similar statement is found in Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto, 14th chapter, verse 44. Sukdev Goswami addresses Parikshit Maharaj there and says, the great soul King Bharata was so much attached to the service of the lotus feet of Krishna that he very easily gave up his lordship over the earthly planet, and his affection for his wife, children, societies, friends, royal opulence, and beautiful wife. He was so very lucky that the goddess of fortune was pleased to offer him all kinds of material concessions, but he never accepted any of these material opulences. Sukdev Goswami praises this behavior of King Bharata very highly. He says any person whose heart is attracted by the transcendental qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Madhusudan, does not care even for that liberation which is aspired by many great sages, what to speak of material opulence. Shri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu ki
Jai.
Shri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesh Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nishti. We continue our study of Srimad Bhagavatam. Canto 7, Chapter 7, Chapter entitled What Prahlad Learned in the Home. Text 30 and 31. Guru Shushrusaya Bhaktya
Guru Shushrusaya Bhaktya
Sarvalabdharparena Cha
Sarvadharmaparayecha
Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam
Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam
Ishvaradhena Cha Ishvararadhanena Cha
Ishvararadhanena
Shraddhaya Tatkathayam Cha
Swadharmayam Swadharmayam
Kirtane Gunakarmanam
Kirtane Bhagavatam
Tatpadam Guru Ruha Dhyanat Tadlinge Ksharanadivi Guru Shushrusaya Bhaktya
Guru Shushrusaya
Sarvalabdharpanena Cha
Sarvadharmaparayecha
Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam
Sangena Sadhu
Ishvaradhanena Cha
Ishvararadhanena
Shraddhaya Tatkathayam Cha
Swadharmaya
Kirtane Gunakarmanam
Kirtane Gunakarmanam
Tatpadam Guru Vajana
Tatpadam
Kallinge Kshanaradivi
Guru Shushraya Shaya Bhaktya
Guru Shushrusaya Bhaktya
Sarvala
Sarvada Cha Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam
Ishvara Dhananena
Ishvara Dhananena Cha
Shradhaya
Shraddhaya Tatkathayam Cha
Kirtane
Kirtane Gunakarmanam Tatpadam Guru Dhyana Kallinge Kshanaradivi
Guru Shushrusaya Bhaktya
Guru Shushrusaya Bhaktya
Sarvalabdharpena Cha
Sarvalabdharpanena Cha
Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam
Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam
Ishvaradhinena Cha
Ishvaradhanena Cha
Shraddhaya Tatkathayam Cha
Shraddhaya Tatkathayam Cha
Kirtane Gunakarmanam
Kirtane Gunakarmanam
Tatpadam Guru Bhajana
Tatpadam Guru Dhyana
Tadlingeshadhanadibhi
Kallinge Kshanaradivi Guru Shushrusaya by rendering service to the bona fide spiritual master. Bhaktya, with faith and devotion. Sarva, all. Labdha, of material gains. Arpanena, by offering to the Guru or to Krishna, to the spiritual master. Ja, Sangena, by the association. Sadhu Bhaktanam, of devotees and saintly persons. Ishvara, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Aradhanena, by the worship. Cha, and Shraddhaya, with great faith. Tatkathayam, in discourses about the transcendental, in discourses about the Lord. Cha, and Kirtane, by glorifications. Gunakarmanam, of the transcendental qualities and activities of the Lord. Tat is Pada Anguru, on the lotus feet. Dhyana, by meditation. Tat is Linga, forms, deities. Iksha, observing. Arhana Adivi, and by worship. Translation purport by Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. One must accept the bona fide spiritual master and render service unto him with great devotion and faith. Whatever one has in one's possession should be offered to the spiritual master, and in the association of saintly persons and devotees, one should worship the Lord. Hear the glories of the Lord with faith. Glorify the transcendental qualities and activities of the Lord. Always meditate on the Lord's lotus feet and worship the deity of the Lord strictly according to the injunctions of the Shastras and Guru. Purport. In the previous verse, it has been said that the process which immediately increases one's love and affection for the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the best of the many thousands of ways to become free from the entanglement of material existence. It is also said, Dharmasya Tattvam Nihitam Bhuyayam. Actually, the truth of religious principles is extremely confidential. Nonetheless, it can be understood very easily if one actually adopts the principles of religion. As it is said, Dharmam tu Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam. The process of religion is enunciated by the Supreme Lord because he is the supreme authority. This is also indicated in the previous verse by the word Bhagavad. The injunctions or directions of the Lord are infallible and their benefits are fully assured. According to his directions, which are explained in this verse, the perfect form of religion is Bhakti Yoga. To practice Bhakti Yoga, one must first accept a bona fide spiritual master. Srila Rupa Goswami in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1:274 to 75 advises Guru Padashrayas Tasmat Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam Vishram Bhena Guru Seva Sadhu Vartmanu Vartanam Sadharma Krisha Bhogadi Tyaga Krishna Etava. Would you be okay to read some bit of that?
One's first duty is to accept qualified spiritual master. The student or disciple should be very inquisitive. He should be eager to know the complete truth about eternal religion. Sanata Dharma. The words Guru Shishrashya mean that one should personally serve the spiritual master by giving him bodily comfort, helping him in bathing, dressing, sleeping, eating, and so on. This is called Guru Shishrashya. 9. A disciple should serve the spiritual master as a menial servant, and whatever he has in his possession should be dedicated to the spiritual master.
Ananda Prabhu, would you be okay to read from him?
Everyone else's life, abilities, and words, and all of them should be offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, through the medium of the spiritual master. This should be offered to the spiritual master as a matter of duty. The offering should be made to the spiritual master with heart and soul, not artificially to gain material prestige. This offering is called Bhagavatam. Moreover, one should learn what devotees, sacred persons, to learn the etiquette, proper behavior of devotional service. Sri Krishna Chakravarti Thakur remarks in this connection that whatever is offered to the spiritual master should be offered with love and affection, not material adoration. Similarly, it is recommended that unassociated devotees that actually there must be some discrimination. Actually, a sadhu, sacred person must be sacred in his behavior, sadhara, sadhana, unless one adheres to his standard behavior, one's position. As a sadhu, a sacred person is not only
Therefore, a Vaishnava, a sadhu, must completely adhere to the standard of behavior. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that a Vaishnava, a person initiated into Vaishnava cult, should be offered the respect befitting a Vaishnava, which means that he should be offered service and prayers. However, one should not associate with him if he is not a fit person with whom to associate.
Yeah. Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga Siksharthameka Purusha Purana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sharira Dhari Kripa Bodhiya Tamaha Prapate Mukam Karoti Vachana Pangum Nangayate Girinda Kripa Tamam Bande Shri Guru Vinda Manchakalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna. Pray for the blessings of the assembled Vaishnavas so that we can study Srimad Bhagavatam in the light that Mahaprabhu wants us to study, desires us to study. Pray that I always remain a student of the message of Mahaprabhu, a student of the message of Srila Rupa Goswami. Pray that I be the first listener of this message of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is Prem Bhakti, Prasut Prem Bhakti, Udgar and Muktesh. Teaches us the origin of love, brings in front of us what it means to be in a loving relationship, how to express one's love towards someone, how to receive love, and the instructions throughout for us how to purify this human form of life altogether. Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalham Mahaprabhu says that is the spotless Puran, and which has come into manifestations to give us the Pancham Purusharth, pure love of Shri Krishna. This and beautiful translation, beautiful purport. Each and every translation in purport is amazing. Now we see in society there's so many relationships, and the most pure, the most sacred relationship, the most intimate as well relationship is what? The relationship of the Guru and the disciple. Is should be the most connected relationship, should be the most pure, most intimate as well, most deep, most sacred, uh, completely pure, at least a bit more pure than the relationship between husband and wife, say, the relationship between brother and sister, the relationship between friends among friends. And one who could not become loyal to his spiritual master, who could as such he be loyal to? The way to becoming a Krishna Bhakta is by becoming a Guru Bhakta. We cannot become a disciple, we can never become a pure. The way to becoming a pure devotee in the parampara that Mahaprabhu offers is by accepting the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master and rendering service unto him with great devotion and faith. So only by becoming a Guru Das actually one becomes a Krishna Das, or only by becoming a Guru Bhakta one becomes a Krishna Bhakta. And this Arjuna demonstrated who is Arjuna, such a qualified personality. But it came to a stage in his life where he was saying that okay, he was giving his certificate of unqualifiedness to Krishna. And he says, Sishyasteham sadhimam tvam prapanna. Now Krishna appears in different roles to Arjuna. Yes, he's playing the role of a supreme personality of Godhead as well as Chitra, the infallible personality. And he's playing the role of a chariot driver as well. Everything, but never ever his status, his position as the supreme personality of Godhead is slightly diminished. And he's playing the role of Krishna, is playing the role of mother and father as well. Pitahamasya Jagato Mata Data Pitamaha. He's playing the role of a friend as well. And he's playing the role of spiritual master as well towards Arjuna. The way Arjuna took on the message of Bhagavad Gita, we should be taking the message exactly the same way. Nothing less, if at all more, but nothing less. And the realization which Arjuna shares, Nashtamoho smiti lakya, tat prasadam maya chitta. Sthito asmi gadasante karisya vachanam tava. So he shares this relation that karisya vachanam tava, that I am ready to do whatever you desire me to do, whatever you want me to do. Karma, understanding karma is very difficult. Uh, the principle, the philosophy of karma is tremendously intricate, and I see there is not much of a point in understanding karma. It's so delicate, intricate, even Lord Brahma sometimes makes mistakes, or Yamraj sometimes is backward. And the essence of life is, as this translation purport says, Bhakti Yoga. So the only way to come out of our entanglement is because of karma, because of our desires, expectations, actions, and deep-rooted conditioning. And that is all manifest in our entanglement since eternity. So our entanglement is because of our karmic reactions. But the way to come out of this entanglement is adopting another entanglement. The entanglement of love, the culture of love towards Krishna. When we entangle ourselves in loving towards Krishna, then only we can come out of this karmic entanglement or all others entanglement. Otherwise, there is no way. King Pudashekara sings in his beautiful praise, Prabhupada love this prayer. Krishna Tvadiya Pada Pankaj Panjarantam Adeva Me Visatu Manas Rajhamsa Prana Prayana Samaye Kapvat Pitte Kantavarodhan Vidau Smaranam Kutaste. Since eternity, we have been dying, we have been giving up our bodies, and more so in ignorance than in knowledge. And this lifetime, we have an opportunity to glorify that altogether. to give up our body in loving remembrance, in sweet loving remembrance of the divine couple. How will that come about when we take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master? So, human life, we understand, Prabhupada writes in the first canto of Srimad Bhagvatam, first chapter, I think in the first text of purport, that irreligious life is like a barbaric life. So we understand human life is meant to inquire into the existence of God. Who am I? Who is God? About this nature and everything. But when with slight faith, when we take into devotee association, then a devotee life should be to inquire into the existence of the pure devotee of the Lord. Where is the pure devotee of the Lord? Where can I see him? Where can I meet him? When can I meet him? This should be all the prayer. And how can I fall in love with the pure devotee of the Lord? How can I serve the pure devotee of the Lord? Without serving spiritual master, nagati kritopi. Throughout whatever we say in our prayers, right from the very morning, the Mangalarti, the Guru Ashtam we sing before going into japa or anything. It is throughout the sweet divine transcendental remembrance of the spiritual master. And we sing Guru Vandana. Now, the word Guru, Sanskrit word Guru, what does it mean? Like, we understand the Sanskrit word Guru. Guru. Gu means ignorance. Ru means one who takes away, one who kills away, one who completely purifies that ignorance altogether. So that Guru, but in Vedic concept, yes, in Vedic life, there's this understanding of Guru. But what Narottam Das Thakur, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur helps us understand. Shri Guru Charana Padma. Uh, Guru Maharaj is not just Guru Maharaj or Guru like that. This translation purport speaks a bit on etiquette as our etiquette, how we behave in front of spiritual master, or even when we are not in the physical presence of spiritual master, how do we behave when we are in the association of devotees, or might be living single somewhere, might be living somewhere in your alone. How does one behave there? So etiquette, and we understand matter of devotion and other Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami helps us understand. A sadhaka should never call out one spiritual master's name, at least blankly, just like that. Or whose disciple, who's your Guru Maharaj? Such and such, straight away taking the name, no? Prabhupada taught us like with folded hands, with deep humility and cry. And why not Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa? Yes. And this is a Guru Parampara means what? How do I understand I am connected to this Parampara? When I am attached to the spiritual master. Without becoming attached to the spiritual master, how can I actually essentially be connected to the Parampara? Yes, we are in the Parampara, and then in society we see everything is like external and internal. So externally I might still be yes, and that is great, but it is to revive our consciousness, to come to that internal clarity altogether. So Guru, we understand Guru is what? One who takes away all ignorance, one who takes away all the ignorance. But Narottam Das Thakur, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has understand Shri Guru Charana Padma. Now what does Shri mean? We understand Shri means what? All opulence, all wealth. And what is the real opulence? What is the real wealth? For a sadhaka is this prema bhakti. That is the real opulence. So who is Shri Guru? One who is Lavada, one who is full on with that Radha prema. One who is full on with that prema bhakti altogether. That is Shri Guru. And until and unless we understand the glory, the divinity, the transcendental nature of spiritual master, uh, advancement could be very much on the slow path, on the slow path, or Swarup, he doesn't come out just like that. cry, a call, a yearning, a longing, a Krishna has to be there all together. Shri Guru, na? So, spiritual master is one who is a dearmost, loving dearmost maid servant of Srimati Radha. Tinkari, Priya Tinkari of Srimati Radha. And the position of spiritual master we understand is, if not only multifold, it is definitely twofold in the sense the position of spiritual master is as a practitioner, a Shishya has to realize. Shri Shri Khandai Mayapur Ki.
God.
The position of spiritual master is the dearmost maid servant of Srimati Radharani. As the follower of Rupa Manjari, as the follower of Raghunatha Goswami. So, spiritual master is the Manjari of Srimati Radharani, and simultaneously is Nityanand Prakash as well, or manifestation of Lord Balaram, the Adi Guru. So spiritual master is everything for a sadhaka, and this is subjective. For a disciple, the spiritual master, he should be the purest devotee of Krishna, and this is what Bhagavatam teaches us. The literature, the Vedic literature teaches Krishna conscious literature. And this is about realization, coming to this understanding and platform that we want to realize. We pray, we cry to realize this, experience this, that the spiritual master is the purest devotee of Krishna. He is in Chaitanya Chaitamrita Adi Leela, first chapter, spiritual master understand that he is a Seva Bhagwan and Sevya Bhagwan. He is the worshipable Lord, and he is the servant Lord as well, teaching us how to serve the divine purpose without any duplicity, without any cheating propensity. And us, we carry somewhat cheating propensity, somewhat duplicity, or maybe more than somewhat. How will that go about? Only when we take association of the pure devotee of the Lord, and only when we serve the pure devotee of the Lord. Otherwise, there is no way out of it. Like Narottama Das Thakur, he helps us understand, believe in Premati Chandrika, that lotus, where does lotus grow? Lotus grows on mud. And in order for the lotus to grow very nicely, what is required? The sun. The sunlight is definitely required. And the lotus should be sheltered by the mud, sheltered in the mud, taken shelter of. Likewise, for our as well, Bhakti Lata beach to grow. The sunlight, Krishna Surya Sam Maya Haya Andhakar. So, all the blessings, the praise, the hope in Bhakti, Krishna is facilitating all of that, providing all of that, provided I am taking shelter in Guru Padashram. Provided I have firmly grounded and taken shelter in that Guru Padashram, the divine transcendental spiritual master. And if not, then the sun will burn the lotus. Likewise, if I do not understand how to be with spiritual master, how to be in a loving relationship with spiritual master, wholeheartedly offer myself to the glory, joy, and beauty of spiritual master, then advancement will all be external. Doesn't matter how many rounds I may be chanting, how many Mangalartis, Rath Yatras, what not I have attended, performed, and everything, but would be external. Unless I come to this position wholeheartedly, body, mind, and soul, I give myself to the will of the spiritual master. And what is the will of the spiritual master? The desire, the will of the spiritual master is, he is a pure devotee of the Lord, and he wants us to become a pure devotee of the Lord. And the blockage between me becoming a pure devotee of the Lord or me becoming a pure devotee of the Lord is this cheating mentality. Different ways of understanding cheating mentality, self-centered mentality, high ego or tremendous sense of accomplishment. A killer in bhakti, having a sense of accomplishment, having a sense of achievement, having a sense of self-appraisal. Clear killers in bhakti. How can I see the beauty of this? Is why the beauty of the divine couple is not visible, is not manifest. The beauty of God Sundar is not manifest. Why? Because I'm quite self-centered or having a sense of self-appraisal. But Srila Gurudev is not that personality. Spiritual master is not that personality. And as it says that purport, tremendous spiritual master is not having for show or anything for material adoration. No. Whom we see as a role model present live in front of us. Now, our Vedic literatures help us understand that something is pratyaksh and something is paroksh. Pratyaksh vagamam dharma. Something is directly manifested, something is direct, something is tangible, something is substantial, something is within my experience. And paroksh is something indirect. Paroksh is something indirect. So the chanting, the reading, the hearing, the worshipping, the services, everything can become indirect. Unless I'm directly in love with the spiritual master. If I'm not directly in love with the spiritual master, it all will remain as indirect. Krishna is also indirect. He's a part of distinct personality. But when I learn how to love the spiritual master with heart and soul, then yes, Krishna can say, yes, if I'm being trusted by the spiritual master, what problem will Krishna have? So, no one becomes a guru as such. No, only a disciple. One needs to become a disciple. And the day I become a disciple, that day I will become a pure devotee of the Lord. On this note, maybe I will take up comments, questions, and clarifications or questions.
Very good. Um, so it may take a while for us to.
My
It may take a while. Speak loud. It may take a while for us to assess who is the spiritual take shelter. So, would you encourage the devotees to take a long time before they take initiation?
long and short should not be driven by one's mental judgment, one's intelligence, mental material intelligence. There has to be a heartfelt prayer. There has to be a deep yearning, I call a desire. Now, it may not be that deep as well say, but one should pray at least fervently to the deities and keep in good association and study nectar. Definitely. Every sadhaka, he should in and out study nature of instruction in Bhagavad Gita, of course, and reveals one's mind. But at least some devotees that are desiring to take shelter of a bona fide transcendental personality. So, Varunitai kindly help me reveal. Now, for some, it is again subjective. For some, it's like okay, 1 year, and some it may take 5 years, 6 years. And also initiation at times can be an external process wherein uh, when the hearts are connected, there is a commonly just like in the sense in Vedic culture we see what the bride and the groom. Now marriage sometimes may happen in formality when the hearts are connected. Yes, it's a formality we are getting married. That again that Havan said. So if the relationship has been built, but the fire sacrifice say has not yet happened. 5 years, 7 years, whatever it takes. But if the relationship is there, then great. And it's like formalizing the relationship. But if the relationship has not been built, it is better to take one's time, be more patient, and pray, not rush into it. And it's a lifelong commitment. It's not like a thing, okay, yes, this is that standard, say 1 year or 2 years. Now, okay, I've been with it enough, I've listened to many, I've tried enough, okay, fine. And if someone is fully convinced, great. And otherwise, there could be some element of risk, yes. Calculative risk. Krishna says, no, Sarva Dharman Parityaja. What does it say to Arjuna? Do not fear. Krishna is present in front of Arjuna. Krishna has spoken entire Bhagavad Gita. And Arjuna is so thrilled. And yet Krishna is saying to us that do not worry, do not fear. Because there is an element of worry, there is an element of fear, an element of risk. And everyone has to take that risk, everyone should be prepared to jump, take that leap of faith. But it is much better to have some relationship, to have some personal connection in my understanding, is a must. Physical personal connection is a must. And the advantages, disadvantages of someone being in a male body is a tremendous advantage. He can physically associate with Guru Maharaj. He can serve in physical proximity. Uh, that and someone in a female body also has a tremendous advantage in bring that kind nature, that sweet nature, that sentiments all together. So not sure if it answers your question.
Yeah, I was just thinking, at least the way this one set, Srila Prabhupada is the Shiksha Guru for the next 10,000 years. You may take shelter of spiritual master because Srila Prabhupada has told you to do that in his book. Sometimes you wouldn't know to do that. So you said so. And also Srila Prabhupada's explaining what the standard is, understanding of what our spiritual master. Anyway, you may take shelter of spiritual master. The spiritual master may fall away for whatever reason, maybe disciples should look at themselves and think, for example, overburden the spiritual master. But to continue on in devotional service, if you have Srila Prabhupada as the foundation, as the Shiksha Guru, then even if the Diksha Guru is to let you down, then you'll still be firmly rooted in your practice, and then you can again take shelter of another Diksha Guru, and that's what Prabhupada wanted. So that way we get this overall.
Shelter is always required. We are the first time we need shelter. Without shelter, there is no advancement. And again, Gurus are sarvatra, they are everywhere and everyone as such. Again, as such as in, like having some discriminating capacity, understanding whom to associate more closely, whom to associate with whatever distance and capacity, whom to reveal my mind and whom not to reveal my mind. And yes, Prabhupada, Shiksha Guru, Rupa Goswami, Shiksha Guru forever. Why to limit just for 10,000 years? Forever, eternally indebted one should be to the teachings of Prabhupada, to the teachings of Rupa Goswami, to the teachings of Ananda, to the teachings of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And books and everything is there. But we need a personal personality present in front of us to guide us, a role model. And this is what the Vedic literatures encourage us to. Prabhupada is bringing that same message pure as it is. And Prabhupada will be pleased when one takes Guru Pada's. Prabhupada will be so pleased. Karthik can bring it on the screen also. There's this tremendous lovely message we see in third canto of Srimad Bhagvatam, chapter 7, text 19. This is the somewhat dialogue between Vitura and Mitra Muni. Yat sevaya bhagavatasya kutastasya madhupisya rati raso bhavet tivra padaya vyasana. There are many places in Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, wherein the complete sutra, the code for perfection of human form of life is given. Yat sevaya bhagavatasya. What is the translation, Karthik?
By serving the feet of the spiritual master one is enabled to develop transcendental ecstasy in the service of the personality of Godhead, who is the unchangeable enemy of the Madhu demon, and whose service vanquishes one's material distress.
Yes, bro.
So I was just going to make a clarification was, we know we should also learn to look at some pictures which should also, songs and that. Shilpa has a special position as Fan Acharya. Shiva Ramanuja refers to it as the covenant that Shilpa drew with Krishna, which was 16 rounds before it's proper to start the mission. Which is not, Rupa Goswami gave the essence, method of instruction, in essence, Sharam, but you should have fine tuning. And so that will be there can be no other founder of Acharya now, not before.
Srila Prabhupada, definitely special position. How can one ignore, deny, and how can one jump over it? Over to Rupa Goswami, that will be complete position. And yeah, founder Acharya means founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. That means the Prabhupada. Sansthapak Acharya. And I love the word like Prabhupada, how ISKCON in Hindi is called Krishna Bhavnamrit. And if we see actually it is all founded on this teachings. Again, the teachings of Srila Rupa Goswami, teachings of Mahaprabhu is or Rupa Goswami is not different from the teachings of Mahaprabhu. Exactly same. And the teachings of Prabhupada is exactly same what Srila Rupa Goswami is given, what Mahaprabhu is given. And in Prabhupada's mercy, he has made it all accessible, all relatable to us. Without studying Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, commentary, purport, translation, and all, what to speak, I mean, anyone, how would one actually take into Krishna consciousness? Completely, Prabhupada has got revolution in one's consciousness.
I was just going to, so there was my head was doing their office to share about sometimes would say, oh, it's such a shame I was not able to get your direct association.
Respect is mainly in checks.
And so they're lamenting that because they didn't get the direct association with the Prabhupada, they just said the Mahabharata, therefore their attempt to make themselves will be compromised.
There's one very learned personality in India. He met the Prabhupada, but he couldn't take shelter of him. And then he lamented, oh, I met Prabhupada, I physically met him, and not just once, 2 times. And he's very popular or renowned in the learned circle, respected in the learned circle. Oh, I wish that I had taken shelter of Prabhupada. Then now I would have been in the league of, say, Shiva Maharaj and his transcendental personalities. Had I taken shelter of Prabhupada, then he came across one of the disciples of Prabhupada. He was from science background, and he came across Dr. T.D. Singh, and he also had some close association of Shripad Maharaj. And then later on, then he couldn't take shelter of Shripad Maharaj. And then now that personality speaks, oh, Shripad Maharaj, such a transcendental personality. He met with Nobel laureates. He had open discussions with Nobel laureates. He went into the Nobel laureates invited him for discussion and all, but he didn't take shelter. So our problem is this material intelligence and this calculation and this egoistic or this enviousness, all of this. We cannot see the glory that how glorious are devotees and how glorious is Srila Prabhupada. This all can become a blockage. And yeah, we see many times like, oh, I met Prabhupada, I met him 4 times for 40 minutes overall. But take shelter, if not, could not take shelter of Prabhupada, then take shelter of Prabhupada's disciples. who are there. And without taking, this is the process Prabhupada gave us, initiation, yes. How can one bypass spiritual master? And how does one learn how to serve Varanitana without being in association of spiritual master?
And also, the spiritual masters like Shiva Maharaj, they're helping us to access completely what Prabhupada gave, which we are but not be aware of. And he's pushing us that you can fall into the trap of Vigraha, which is you can resist to take the next step forward. He's saying this is what Shiva Prabhupada wanted. Just because at the time of Shiva Prabhupada, he was quite cautious. He's delving into things deeply, but then at the same time, this regular Bhakti is our heritage. We just have to understand what it is without thinking that we're becoming actually. So the practicing Prabhupada's disciples, practicing the flavors of Prabhupada's skill. We couldn't explain it all time so much because it's very amazing.
Yes, already didn't explain much and what he wanted. And we can see in his writings, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati, Priyatamiti Utopi Labhyate. Tatra Lolyam Mulyam Ekana, Janma Koti Smriti Mein Labhyate. This should be our heritage, the foundation, and also that popular verse devotees quote, na Tatya Anupampa, Shusamikshaman. So Lord Brahma, okay, I have a rightful claim into the kingdom of God. So what claim are we claiming about? This Raganuga Bhakti. Now it is something not cheap, it is not something to advertise or this like that. No, this is very internal, very sacred, very pure, very chaste. One has to be chaste and loyal. One has to be hankering. One has to be desiring. And one has to read Prabhupada's commentaries. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita for that. Now, Guru, saying that Guru fell down. If someone fell down, is not a Guru as such. Prabhupada writes in Civilization and Transcendence, I believe, or Perfect Question, Perfect Answers. How can one not afford, by the way, how can one afford to not read the books in Veda base? It's a must read. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nectar of Instruction, Devotion, Ishopanishad must read. Furthermore, On the Way to Krishna, Perfect Question, Perfect Answer, Civilization, Transcendence, and see the conversations. So, in one of those, either Perfect Question, Perfect Answer, or Civilization, Transcendence, someone asks, okay, bad guru or false guru. Prabhupada says Guru is absolute, like Krishna is absolute. He's all good. We don't say Krishna is a false god, although some people in the foolishness they say Krishna is a false god. But Guru is absolute. So Guru never falls down. Guru is an absolute tattva, an absolute principle. It is a Sishya, a disciple, he has to just rise. Yes, Guru.
So there's Shiva Maharaj was saying because there's such a dire need for gurus, and we allow Kanishtas and Manjunas to initiate, although ideally it should just be Usma Adhikaga, you should have Usma Adhikaga, there will be some gurus in the future will call. As long as the Kanishta is in line with what his guru was saying, then he's just as bona fide as the Usma Adhikaga. There is a tendency there. They can step out of line. Just like the GBC, they give somebody guruship, that if the person misbehaves, they take away his guruship. So as long as there's a line, he's fine. He's not transferred line. As soon as he steps out of line, then he's rejected by the society. And Guru Goswami is saying, Vashidegam Sikalya Shisha, as soon as you can control your senses, go into the sense.
Two things Prabhupada, if we see his writings and his conversations and interviews, he never claimed that yes, I did it. He always said, look, my Guru Maharaj's mercy, Mahaprabhu's mercy, and you Western devotees. And definitely it is the Western bodied devotees, Americans and Europeans who have set up this beautiful society. And it is their blood and soil and sweat and pain and everything their efforts. Indians at that time could not really appreciate it. Prabhupada has tremendous expectations from Indians. So he never claimed as such. All over he was giving this credit uh, to his disciples and to his Guru Maharaj, his Guru Maharaj. And then the only thing, I never changed anything. I am speaking whatever my Guru Maharaj. So that is a disciple. You are a representative. You come in the parampara who you represent, spiritual master, and you should be speaking exactly what spiritual master is saying. Same. And it has to be checked in line with sadhu and scriptures. Anything outside of the line of scriptures, you can shun that spiritual master. Gaur Govind Maharaj in his writings and classes and teachings, he says, if the spiritual master says something which is Siddhante, which is not Siddhante, which is not in the line of Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita, the teachings of Mahaprabhu, then you clarify with the spiritual master, or otherwise if not clarified and still he is showing which is wrong with scriptures, leave that spiritual master. It's not a spiritual master. So one has to check, validate with Guru Sadhu Shastra. Prabhupada did not change anything, and spiritual master should not be changing anything. And Prabhupada is encouraging us to take into this parampara. Our parampara is what? Parampara of Raghunamas. Look, Sukdev Goswami, Vairagya. Sukdev Goswami, he spoke Srimad Bhagavatam, right? We saw when the young children came and saying Sukdev Goswami, they were a bit laughing because he was like a restless. But to complete Vairagya, Sukdev Goswami, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, none of our acharyas have any sense of sense gratification. No, not at all. So if I belong in that parampara, this sense gratification, adoration, this has to be given up altogether. And a mood of vairagya, a mood of renunciation, a mood of bhajan has to be taken up. Prabhupada came as the ambassador, he is leading the way. And he is expecting us as well to take on to this ambassadorship, say, and lead the way for the next generation, to come forward.
It's interesting that the quickest way to go from Ganesha to Uttama is to do with the most responsibility.
The sooner we realize, we have to pray to become a pure devotee of the Lord. And the way to become a pure devotee of the Lord is by accepting a bona fide transcendental spiritual master. Then the message, and human life is so short, value are anyway short, so many distractions. How can we afford to further go more in distractions? And why not read this Rasik Acharya's Rasik commentaries? We should be studying Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Such sweet conversations, such sweet translations and purports in there. And go further more. And advancement has to be checked. One should not just hang around 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and all I read is no, I just read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, CC. Yes, everything is there, but one should not just be hanging around or shying away. Cheating is the thing. We can cheat. I can cheat my temple president. I can cheat my mentor or someone. Even maybe externally I can cheat Guru Maharaj. But can I cheat myself? Can I cheat Krishna? And who is getting deprived? Just me, no one else. Who is losing out? So this is what Krishna wants. If you are sincere, Krishna is readily available. He's there and then. But if I'm not sincere, fine. Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai. Hari Bol.